Welcome one and all to the K.O.E Nation for the Bourbon Tournament Final Four. We are here and we are going to do this, folks. I am your King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E, the Baron of Bourbon and Baldness himself. And we are here joined by a cast of characters that have come to invade Castle K.O.E for this momentous occasion. I am joined by...
Styling, profiling, chicken.
Yank from the Yanked Up Podcast.
Tony G, like, share, subscribe, non-cuppa friendly. Here we are, Bourbon Sweet 16 Final effing Four.
Super excited.
Holy
shit.
We
crap.
did not think it was going to go this way, and we also didn't even know we were going to get an extra judge for the evening from the Yanked Up Podcast. Definitely check him out. But folks,
This alone, this is shocking. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. Right here, you're looking at the Final Four in the Bourbon Sweet 16. This is unexpected. Jim,
not for me.
Beam, Black. Bill thought this was
Three of these four are not surprising to me.
This one shocks me.
Breckenridge is the most shocking.
This one shocked me because I thought Turkey 101 was going to walk away with that bracket, but here it is. Woodford Reserve.
We all...
Store pick.
You and I knew this was going to win the minute we tasted it.
This was going to be in the Final Four. Doesn't matter. We knew this.
Yeah.
Blanton's, it was a little closer than Phil thought it would be, but it still
by the hair of
did
its
make
chinny
it.
chin.
And another dark horse, Jim Beam Black. It's here.
Breckenridge.
Well, fuck me.
Yeah, but hey, Breckenridge Bourbon. Well, Tony, I think that one just overloaded your brain so much that you're like, why is it here? How is
happy about that win?
No, it does. I'm still looking at it on the screen backwards, but no, the Breckenridge is honestly one that did surprise me because I honestly expected that one to finish very, very low. That had the Nebraska, Colorado, Texas, and Kentucky bracket. Breckenridge somehow stepped up and won, even against a heavy favorite like Colonel E.H. Taylor.
Yes.
Yeah. And also the other thing, like as some Nebraska boys, it did break my heart that the Nebraska Bourbon lost by one point. One point.
That close.
That was now I do think if the Nebraska Bourbon would have won, people would have accused us of being biased.
That's true.
So I'm glad that you can
second,
actually trust our science. But folks, as you can see, it's been quite a journey to get here, and it's been twists, turns, unexpected outcomes, and we have arrived at the Final Four. Tony's broken them down. Justin, you are honored to be a part of this momentous occasion.
Let's talk price real quick for anybody who's missed
Price
the first
and the
four
rules of the judging.
Yes.
Okay.
Give us the rules.
All right. The rules are just like the previous four videos that you have no doubt seen. It is a 4, 3, 2, and 1 point must system where we will try all four bourbons. One bourbon must be given 4 points as your favorite. One must be given 3, 2, and 1, and then we will add all the points up. All of our points and all of our scores will add up, and the one with the most points wins, folks. And so you're gonna find out. I mean, Blanton's made it all the way to the finals.
This is it?
Is it really worth it to go to that secondary, or are there other options out there, folks? You're gonna find out here. This is the sacrifices we make for you, K.O.E Nation. These are the sacrifices we make for science.
What we have here, the Final Four. This is it. What you have in front of us right now. You've got the standard Blanton's. This is the one. This is the unicorn. If you can find it, you love it, you like it, you want it, you gotta have it. Blanton's. Here it is in all its glory. You've got the bargain buy under $20 bottle. Jim Beam Black.
$17.
Under 20 bucks. How can you go wrong?
Yeah. Definitely the best value on this list.
You've got the non-Kentucky winner, Breckenridge, from the
Shocker.
the true shocker of the tournament, let's be completely frank, from the melting ice mountains of Colorado, Breckenridge Bourbon. Here it is. And you've got the specific, the store pick, the one that we fanboyed out over. Woodford Reserve, double oaked, store pick, wine, beer, spirits, Lincoln, Nebraska. Here it is. 4 bourbons from the Sweet 16.
And we are here to see which one is the best. Now, gentlemen, we can keep talking about it, but I think it's time to consider the whiskeys. So take the one, Justin, the one that says A underneath it. You should be able to see it on the other side, but take the one that says A, give it a nose, and then take a couple of light sips and see what you get as a general idea.
Smell a little sweet.
For me, this is a wide open glass. I don't know if this is going to have any effect on my grading, but
the fact that it has the tulips on the outside still catches the ethanol vapors and still allows you to consider the whiskey.
okay. I really like the nose. This is very presentable. This is very inviting. Nothing about this says there's no red flags here. This is a
Minimal heat.
yeah.
A little bit of heat, but very clean.
Some of the brackets that we did,
We had some high heat. in a
there
few
were
of
some
those.
high heat, and there were some that you had to dig down deep to get into the nose.
And
Yeah.
also note, none of the heavy proofs made it.
No.
Like that's just something to
true.
keep in mind, folks. Like, and there was sometimes I think the proof
Shocker.
even like Old Forester, for example, was one that if we would have probably had a lower proof, we would have gone with the 90 or
Old
95.
Forester,
If we would have
Booker,
gone with the
Turkey
Statesman,
101.
I wonder how different that would have been. So I know.
That's A.
Wash us in your judgment. That'll be for next year's bourbon tournament, folks. But so yes, that's A. Now
A.
we move on to B. After Tony's taken his consideration.
Oh, this one's
Oh, good God. Oh, good God.
Tony's still on A. We gotta wait just a second. We gotta wait for one to catch up.
I think I know which one that is.
Are you
No
on A?
spoilers.
Nope, no spoilers. I'm really honestly just enjoying that one. It's really, that's a great sipper. That's a great any day drinker. That's the scent, the taste, the aroma, all of it. That's just good all around. I really
Alrighty.
enjoy it.
Now, moving on to B.
All right.
Took us a
B.
minute, but we got there. All right.
B to me smells way better. The nose, there's so much more there.
Very sweet.
There
Very
is.
sweet. Very sweet.
I smell more orange peel with A.
Caramel and vanilla.
Yeah. Caramel, vanilla, potpourri type scents on B.
Very similar on the heat.
The heat's there,
Not as
but
not as heavy.
The candy,
I think it comes later, but it's
right.
Yeah.
The candied sweetness, white, it lacks compared to A.
Interesting. So, moving on to C.
Massively.
Oh, I know what this one is.
I think I do too, but massively different.
Yep.
This
Also sweet, but different.
not just different, but it depends on your palate.
I'm finally getting just the tiniest bit of toffee on the
Yeah.
nose.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I think the three of us, other than Justin, all know what this is. But
yeah,
Justin, what's your thoughts on the nose on C here?
It's there. It's a lot more prominent.
Yep. Now,
it stands out a little bit.
Yes.
let's have it hit the palate, gentlemen.
Gladly.
Just amazing.
Okay.
Just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin's like, I think I need to go in for a second sip.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will move on from that one, but
Okay.
yeah, that one tastes amazing.
Go to D.
Toasted
hang on,
marshmallows
hang on,
and
hang on.
oak, and yes.
There's not a bad option amongst this.
No.
We're trying to be completely
These are the
100%
best
fair.
bourbons.
This is
That
the
made
final
it.
4.
So,
A, B, and C are all fantastic.
and now we got to hit D
Let's
as well.
get into D. Justin, why don't you start us off with D?
Not as much prominent.
On the nose, really?
Losing my mind.
I'm gonna say honestly, it could just be the glass shape. I've got 4 different ones. B has a little bit stronger. A is really mild, but D's a little stronger for me, and it's got a sharper nose. Let's be the judge on the palate. And somehow, actually, D for me is a little lighter on the palate.
I could see that.
I mean,
it is for me. There's not nearly the
Yeah.
sweets and all that, and it's pretty grain forward. But all right, gentlemen. So
Finally.
Justin, do you understand? You got the scoring system? Got
Yep.
it. All right. So
3, 2, 1.
you're all righty. Do you got him, Tony?
No.
Okay.
I got to go back through.
And then Justin, once you're done grading, pencil down, and that's how I know, because Tony's gonna have to go back through. Chicken, how about you down there at the end?
I am almost pencils down.
Okay,
I'm going to go in a different order just to be 110%.
that can always be handy. And then once all pencils are down, Justin, you got yours. Chicken, how about you?
Pencil down. Good to go.
Waiting on Tony G, because let's be frank, this is now Tony is the swing state here. It's very possible. Like he could swing this entire tournament one way or the other.
Yet, we don't know Justin's palate either.
We do not. So this could, and that's why
Bill
he's a
and I
wild
have
card.
a similar palate. Sometimes we throw off on some smokiness, but for the most part, same palate. Tony loves the burn, loves
The mint.
spice and mint.
I like it to hurt. Hurt. Choke me, Daddy.
Hurts so good. Oh my Lord. Well,
Don't tempt me.
tell us how you. It's a den of debauchery here at Castle K.O.E. this evening, but all
It's
righty.
been a long night, folks.
Yep.
Came at the end. That's great.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
there's a lot to
missed out
come.
on a-
There's a lot to come.
Oh yeah.
We're just getting started. Anyway,
Oh Lord. Yeah. Folks, this has been an amazing tournament that's covered. Tony and I did the math. It was originally 43 bourbons to arrive at the Sweet
wow.
16. And so this has been a lot of science, a lot of palettes, a lot of data, a lot of, and
Damn it.
so Justin, you really got to come in at the culmination.
Yeah,
Of this.
I hope that's the right one.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. Our
Yeah.
livers are
we
gonna
already
wake
did
up
16.
in
You
the
get to
morning
come
like
for the final four.
Oh, good.
Our honorary judge for that.
Oh my
Final
god.
4 with
Okay.
4.
tough, ain't it?
Is this a C?
Yeah, that's the C.
Okay. Thank you.
He's being as
This is-
careful as I was earlier. No judging here because I understand. Like when you get to the point where they're all so good.
Now, what's funny is this one almost didn't make it in. We were just gonna give
No.
regular Woodford a buy because we didn't have anything to compare it, and then I stumbled on this literally days before I recorded the Woodford Reserve video.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you never know what when you're a
Ah.
bottle hunter, you never know what you're gonna
Right.
find. All right, T, come on.
Considering what I've seen on
getting-
all the videos lately, and
It's getting to be time,
every
Tony.
choice
You
and
can't
everything
cast
that's
your
going
ballot
on,
after the election. So
turn around
You're right.
and I
You're
come
right.
here and this bad boy's still in it.
I can't believe that one's still in it.
That is crazy.
That's the one that shocked me. It wasn't a shocker to them. I absolutely do not like Jim Beam, but That stuff was so good.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Jim Beam either, but Jim
I think
Beam
I gave
Black
that one a rating of 3.
is really good.
in the tournament.
I
was surprised. It's good.
I
It's
rate
pretty
it
good.
as my ultimate. Like it is now my ultimate value. Was all right.
Done.
Pencils down. All right, gentlemen. I've got the cheat sheet right here.
Let's
Done.
see
I'm
what
done.
they are. What
I'm
is
done.
a?
This
Phil?
is it. This is it. I'm not
All
gonna
right.
think it. I'm not gonna overthink it. I could because
We're not gonna say.
All right, all right.
once again, surprisingly, this was a shocker Final Four, and I could definitely overthink this, and I could make the ratings completely different. But I feel good about these. I feel really, really good about these.
All right. Let's
do
get
it.
to the reveal.
Let's do
Get
it.
to the reveal. All
Let's
right.
do it.
All right.
Reveal
All right,
the liquor.
brace
Right.
yourselves, guys.
Let's reveal the liquors and then
Speaking
tell,
in run-on sentences.
and then
But
tell
all
our
right.
score.
All right. A, whiskey A, Breckenridge bourbon.
Really?
Yep.
A.
A was Breckenridge.
Really?
B, whiskey B, was Blanton's.
Really?
Blanton's Kentucky Straight Bourbon. Yep, we'll get there.
I am not surprised at
Whiskey
all.
C, I don't think is going to be a surprise to anyone, was Woodford Double Oak Store Pick.
I got it perfect.
Yep.
So did I. Now granted, I poured it.
It's
So,
over here.
now whiskey D,
That's Jim Beam Black.
Jim Beam Black.
Yep.
So, all right, gentlemen, let's go over Chicken. How many points did you give Breckenridge Whiskey A?
1.
Justin, how many did you give it?
I gave it a 2.
2. Tony?
Shockingly, after its initial round, I thought it was going to go much, much higher, but I also gave it 1.
As did I. So Breckenridge
Wow.
Bourbon gets 5 points. So
Honestly, I'm
that
shocked.
is not as shocking as the last result, but because
Exactly.
it's going up against some
Exactly.
heavy hitters.
No,
Yeah.
Breckenridge
It
nailed it.
was
out of the
worth.
park.
All right, now we're
Maybe.
No,
it
right.
wasn't
No,
worth
Guys,
Breckenridge
now I'm
beat Turtley Taylor.
I know, but
And it's
all right,
a 1.
Tony, we got to get through this. We will get through this
Ugh.
sometime in this fiscal year. All right,
Okay.
so, all right, Blanton's was B. Chicken, how many points did you give it?
Whoa. Blanton's was B.
Yep,
I give it a 4.
4. Justin, what'd you give B?
I gave it a 1.
You gave it a 1. Tony, what'd you give it?
A 2.
So we're at 7, and I gave it a 4. So
Wow.
we got 8, 9, 10,
Hey,
11.
Let's double check. What'd you say?
4.
4,
1.
5. 2 is 6.
5, 6, 7. We'll get there. So we are at
Really?
11
Got
points
an
for
11
Blanton's.
points for Blanton.
I'm shocked.
Okay, now
I'm shocked.
C, the Woodford. Chicken, what'd you give it?
3.
3.
That's
Justin, what'd you give that?
I gave that one a 4.
That's 4, so we're at 7.
7.
Very good.
4,
So,
8, 9, 10, 11.
and I gave it 3, so that's 14.
14.
That's probably going to be it. But for
think-
completionist's sake, what was, for D, what did you have?
2.
2. Justin? 3.
5.
5.
I also gave it 3. That's 8.
8. And I gave it 2, which is 10.
10.
So this one was pretty close. So we're going to go through it.
Let's go from the bottom up.
Yep. Breckenridge. Pick that bad boy up. Send it over here for a moment. Breckenridge Bourbon. Only 5 points in the final 4. But the fact that a Colorado whiskey from the Rocky Mountains was able to make it all this way.
Was it worthy?
Breckenridge Bourbon smoked the competition in its bracket. The fact that you even made it to the final 4, I'm shocked. You didn't impress me the first couple times, but you really did make me a believer in your own bracket.
Chicken. It was good, but it didn't make it.
It didn't make
We
it.
Off-
shall yeet.
Yep.
We
Off
shall yeet.
to the island of misfit toys.
Yeet?
Now,
Wait. Yeet?
I'm not actually gonna throw it.
no. Now, what came in 3rd place with 10 points, doubling the previous score,
Should do that.
Jim Beam Black. Like I maintain, it is an amazing value whiskey. Like you can't do better. Like from everything that's here for the price, if you're price conscious, this is it. Like this is the whiskey.
This is a solid bourbon for under $20. Jim Beam Black, folks.
It's gonna be good in the barbecue.
This is going to be a solid bourbon if you want to sip an everyday drinker, if you want to soak your meat, if you want something to surprise people with. Jim Beam Black, honest to God, you made a believer out of us in the tournament.
Very well done.
Now, what's fascinating now, again, Justin, I wonder how different this election would have gone if you weren't in it. Because you gave a 1 to Blanton's and a 4, and that did really like.
This changed things a lot, but not so much.
I think it would have actually
I
without
thought it was
Justin.
going to come down to these two. No matter
Actually,
what.
weirdly enough, without Justin, from the math I think I'm doing, we would have arrived at a tie between Blanton's and Woodford Reserve. So Justin served as our tiebreaker. So Blanton's did not appeal to him. This Woodford here, so Blanton's, now we sacrificed a bottle to bring you this data, folks. We sacrificed a whole bottle of Sacred Horse to let you know what was going on and
There's
what
one
bourbon you
last horse.
Oh yeah. Now don't get me wrong. I have an entire other bottle of this exact barrel.
Yep.
And so barrel 450, Rick 51, 310, 20 was when this was bottled. And yes, I've got one more bottle of it and it will serve me well. But chicken, it did not make it.
That one can really.
This one I can't eat.
Oh God, no!
At least save
Jesus
the cork.
Christ, no!
Okay,
Now-
add glass.
Ladies, gentlemen, all ye of the K.O.E. nation, let it be proclaimed that from on high, Lord Phil has stated that Woodford Reserve Double Oak Store Pick has won the Sweet 16 Bourbon Tournament and has now been named the Bourbon of Extreme. You were here to see it, folks. You were here to participate. And if you have a chance to pick up a Woodford Reserve Store Pick, you do it. It will be well worth your time, well worth your effort.
Let's give this one a little bit of attention before we sign off. This is not your standard Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. This is a specific store pick, and as Phil has mentioned, really doesn't matter what store you will wander into. If you have the chance to pick up a Woodford Reserve Double Oaked store pick, just
Just do it.
Just
Yeah.
do it. It's going to be slightly different, but this specific one,
It's also going to be more than slightly good.
no, it's going to be slightly more than fucking fantastic, and this is transcendent.
Let's be frank, Tony. From the minute you and I took a sip of this, we knew what was going to happen. And
Yeah.
here we arrived. Like, I thought Maker's Mark Private Select was going to take it until this showed up.
You and I fangirled out over the Maker's Mark store pick, and we kind of accepted Colonel H. Taylor to be a heavy favorite. And yeah, here we are. Woodford Reserve store pick, Lincoln, Nebraska.
Walks away.
Well, found out also store picks are worth buying.
Oh, yeah.
And
God,
seeing them.
yes.
Yeah, that's what I just discovered through all this is store picks truly are the best value in whiskey.
I've always been suspect. I've never
Do
like
it.
I would
Jump on 'em
see
now.
'em, I would be like,
Even if a store pick doesn't really like speak to you, it's worth getting it just for the experience, because sometimes it's not so great, but
Now, it's
you're not gonna happen across that again.
when you do find a store pick that you do like, frequent that store more, because as they get more store picks, they're chosen by people that sample
Well,
them.
have
And so
your
if you
palate.
have your that you kind of have the same
Exactly.
palate, you're gonna like a lot of the other things that come in. So yeah, folks, this now to be
I'm
frank,
blown away.
Buffalo Trace's Blanton's bourbon made it all the way to, if we didn't have our special guest referee here, it would have been a tie. And I don't know how he would have actually. So, Justin, you actually helped solve this. But let's be frank, Tony, as much as I am a fan of Blanton's, as much as I love this particular batch, this is it. I find myself between the Blantons and the Woodford again, sipping on the Woodford.
I'm going to finish both of them.
Here's the thing. You can sit here, you can have a glass of both. You can have a Glencairn of both. And you're going to sit here and you're going to do this. For dramatic effect. Oh. Ooh. And then, yeah, Woodford store pick.
Yep. So, folks, this was a journey, a culmination, and we got through this, gentlemen.
God,
Chicken,
so chocolatey.
is there anything you'd like to say to the people?
This was actually a fantastic experience. Coming into this, starting at the Sweet 16, I had not tried hardly any of these.
Yeah.
It's a way to get yourself acquainted real quick, ain't it?
This was an experience altogether. I've gone through Scotch reviews with both of you several times. This bourbon line. Now, it's not as there's not as much to look into as there is with Scotch, but bourbon, like, you have to be.
There's some bourbon distillers that would really take issue with that, sir, but
some, bring them on. I would love to try your product, but
oh lordy, but yeah,
for those that are like hesitant to like try a bourbon just straight out, what you saw in the string of videos and especially in the final four were some excellent picks. No matter what you've seen, all of them were fantastic.
Yeah,
the entire 16 line that we had, start to finish, fantastic. And these final four, you had from under $20 to up to a unicorn that's
exactly
up to $120 I've seen online in some weird places.
Blanton's has gone for insane prices, and so it was one of those. Is it worth it? Yes, but there are also other things to explore in the amazing world of bourbon.
If I can't find my Woodford and I can't find this unicorn horse running around in the pasture, then I can go get some Jim Beam Black.
Yes,
Justin, out of the four that you've got presented to us in the final four, what would you grab based on the price, based on the taste, based on the score?
It'd have to be the Jim Beam.
Yeah, I mean, he is a price-minded consumer, and that is a very valid thing. Now, I think that's not just because it's a great whiskey, but like you've found it to be a great cooking chef whiskey, and you get a lot deeper into that than a lot of people. So if you are a chef, Jim Beam Black might be the one for you. Justin, before we let the people go, any last things you'd like to say?
Pretty much Jim Beam Black. I will be actually featuring it hopefully in 2 weeks.
Oh,
podcast.
Nice
recipe.
The grill master over here. If you're into grilling, check him out. Tony, anything you'd like to say?
Primarily out of the four that made it to the final four, store pick, the Woodford. I was
so good.
Yeah, it's so freaking good.
Ridiculously blown away by it.
I gave it a 3, and I'm still sitting here sipping on it. Going, why didn't I give this a 4?
Exactly. It's
because Blanton's is also pretty good.
I finished that one already.
Here's the thing. That's the one thing I'm reflecting on this entire thing. Blanton's is ridiculously good, but at the same time, I did rate it me personally, I rated it really low. But it's still stupid good.
I think both times you rated it really low, actually. But
which is weird. But Jim Beam Black, under $20, really good value buy. And of course, I'm still Breckenridge was the surprising winner of the first round, and I didn't love it.
It is what it is, folks. These results shocked us, and
In the final.
the Sacred Horse lost. Woodford Reserve, take a bow. Like, this is some amazing stuff.
The
You
fact,
made it past Old Forester.
Now, Tony?
Yeah.
oh
yeah.
God, if you could put the, give me this against 1910 or 1920 of Old Forester, and it's going to be a much harder pressed victory, because this was, for me, this was never even in question. When I first tasted this, I'm just like, this is what bourbon should be. This is amazing. This is a store pick. This is perfect proof. I love this from start to finish, and I can't get past it. And when my bottle runs dry, I'm probably gonna cry.
You'll cry tears into it to hopefully extract the few last drops out of it so that you can drink
yeah.
that.
Yes,
But now,
exactly.
For
folks,
sure.
we have arrived. We have a bourbon of extreme. And as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us for the Sweet 16 Bourbon Tournament. This has been an experience, folks. This has been a journey, and you have arrived at the end with us to the shining hills of Woodford. We have found the true winner. And folks, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. Raise a glass to yourself of hopefully Woodford Double Oak store pick somewhere. Gentlemen, yep, all of them. Thank you for joining us. This has been really fun. And Chicken, Justin, Tony, thanks for helping make this possible.
Absolutely.
And to all of you at the K.O.E Nation, thanks for making this possible. On behalf of your King of Extreme, Tony G, Justin, and Chicken, catch you later, y'all.